What's up? Surprise video. I'm doing this video right now because it's quite a quick video and I didn't want to make it a Saturday video because I don't think it's what my YouTube channel is about. But a lot of people ask me how I pay my taxes and how FTMO and my Forex fund traders pay their taxes. And let me tell you right now that I am not a financial advisor. The person that does my taxes is not me, it's an accountant, simply because I delegate my tasks into people that know what they're actually doing. And so my first recommendation, if you have this question on your mind, is do visit an accountant. Most of the first visits are free. You can ask your questions, you can understand if he knows what he's talking about and if you trust him. And then you can go on to work with him or with her. But if I'm just broadly explaining how this actually works when you are working for a prop firm, it's basically as soon as you pass the challenge, you have to sign a contract as an independent contractor, meaning that you are a self-employed person providing a service to FTMO or my Forex funds. In this case, the trades that you are taking is the service that you are providing. And we know how it works. If you profit, you get the profit split and so on. As soon as you get the profit split, you write them an invoice and that's what you give to your accountant. That's the important thing because here in Portugal, we call it like the green invoice. It's basically recibos verdes. I know that some Portuguese people are watching, which is what every self-employed person has to be taxed on. But then you might be saying, oh man, might as well just do an LLC. And it's like, yeah, an LLC has its pros and cons. For example, here in Portugal, if I don't have a regular income, an LLC would not be the best choice for me, which I've talked with my accountant, because I need to pay myself an income. Some of you might be saying now, okay, but I'm here for the LLC stuff. And yeah, LLCs have its pros and cons. And that's why I really recommend you going to talk with an accountant. And for example, here in Portugal, an LLC pays around a 20% tax and a sole trader pays like 14% tax until he makes more than 10,000 euros per year. Of course, once I have a well-established funded account, then of course I'm going to open an LLC because once you get into the higher tax brackets, here in Portugal, as a sole trader, it's absolutely ridiculous. And so, might as well just form an LLC. And you also have the tax write-offs, which you can get from the expenses that you have for the business. Meaning if you want to buy a computer, if you want to have a meeting, all these things can be a tax write-off. But that doesn't mean that being a sole trader is just cons and is always going to be worse than having an LLC, because that's not really the case. But it also depends from country to country. If you want to understand how much tax you pay as a self-employed person in your country, just write self-employed tax and then the country in front of you on Google, and it will definitely give you how much you are paying in tax. And then just research on how much you would pay as an LLC. And of course, you are always going to have different tax brackets, and then you can make the distinction of when it's worth it to do one or another. For example, in Portugal, it's above 10,000, 12,000 euros that it's much more profitable to open an LLC. For now, I'm just taking as a sole trader because even though I am funded, it's not an amount that would put me in a high tax bracket for now. And so after talking with my accountant, I decided to remain as a sole trader. But I've told him as soon as we are paying more than 20% tax, I'm going to open an LLC. And he was like, yeah, makes perfect amount of sense. There are two final messages that I want to leave you with. First is, please always pay your taxes. Always pay your taxes. Like, it's, of course, sometimes it can be high, whatever. But the worst thing that could happen to you as soon as you are a profitable funded trader is having a big tax bill which you cannot pay off, because you do not want to end up with the government going after you.
Gentlemen, we got him.
And the last thing is, to avoid this, talk to an accountant. He will take care of things for you. You are a trader. Make sure that you profit and then let other people manage the rest of the things that you don't completely understand for you. It's not worth it to be learning about this, that. It's not worth it. Delegate your tasks, talk to a reliable accountant, and you'll see that like that, your life will be much easier as a trader. So I hope this helps in any way, shape, or form. And I'll see you Saturday. Peace.